Alright, we're gonna jump into the rec area, the rec house neighborhood after this. We're heading up Joralemon. Number 7 school in front of us. Michael's Roscommon on the right. Rissy's is on the left. Once upon a time, my Stoso's Pizzeria was over here. Belleville School number 7. Got the apartments over here. Got the beautiful new, we'll go down Baldwin. We'll go down Baldwin first. We'll do it like that. Because Baldwin starts the rec house neighborhood, which is the street I grew up on. Here's the new golf learning center. It's beautiful. I'll show you that later, but they did a beautiful job there. Let's go down Baldwin. Now you're in the rec house neighborhood. Tight, tight, tight. This is a bunch of tangled, mangled, wiggling, winding streets here. There's a whole... This is really dense over here. Really, really dense. This is where I grew up. I mean, the houses are literally on top of each other. But we'll go through. Alright, let's go down Dawson. Dawson and Baldwin. I'm not gonna go down the dead end. This is Fairview. We will go Fairview back out. We'll do it like that. I can't play music because, oh, they just paved all of this. This is Fairview. Used to go on the golf course over there. Alright, so that's that. Rec house in front of us. Coming up to Garden Avenue. Like I said, this is the rec house neighborhood. So that's Springer and Garden. We'll go up and down a few streets in this neighborhood. Garden Avenue. That was Springer. The next one's Dawson. What's this one? This is Minker, yeah. This is Minker. See the rockin' concrete? See the old streets over here? Not even blacktop. Stone and concrete. Minker and Baldwin. It's crazy. Look how tight this is, guys. Alright, then we'll go, we'll make a left onto Dawson. This is the neighborhood I grew up in. There used to be a fire. There's a fire hydrant on the left. We used to open it up. The fire department used to bring us some sprinkler device. Alright, we're on Dawson. Coming out to our corner. This is the corner we used to hang out on. This is Garden and Dawson. Used to be Vito's Meat Market on the left. Alright. Garden Avenue. And Hunkley. Go down Hunkley. Go past Baldwin. Just going in and out of the rec house neighborhood streets on this side of Garden Avenue. Then I'll do the other side. It's a pretty big neighborhood, lots of people because, like I said, it's so dense. Look how close everything is, how tight the houses are. 5 minutes on just a few streets. This is my block that I grew up on. Actually, that guy lives in the house I grew up in, right there. So, that fire hydrant right in front of me, right there, we used to open that up and spray water everywhere. Hot days like this, that's what we used to do. Alright, so that's that section. Make a left and I'll go that way. So this is the corner we hung out on. In front of us was a liquor store, Walt's liquor store. Liquor store's gone, obviously. That was the meat market, the Italian butcher. He's gone, obviously. Knocked it down, built condos. Alright, this is Garden Avenue heading up to the rec house. I miss this neighborhood, man. So that's the rec house right there. And this is where we hung out. All of us. The whole neighborhood would come here. We either hung on the corner or hung out up here. So the rec house must have some action going on. So I'm not going to drive in there. There's cars everywhere. But that's the Belleville Recreation. Now this is the other end of the rec house neighborhood. I started on Perry Street. So Garden Avenue, where the other side was the split of this neighborhood. Still considered the rec house neighborhood. But some said the reservoir. I don't know. You could call it what you want to call it, but we'll go through. 2 or 3 streets up this way. Not going to go down the dead end. But this is Crescent. Perry turns to Crescent. But we all hung out together. We had friends up here, friends down there, friends everywhere. But you can see how dense, how tight it is. So I'm going to turn around on Laurel. I'm going to make a quick U-turn by the Puleo residence. I'm going to make a quick U-turn here. I want to go back out. I want to go back out this way so that I could... Hey, some people haven't seen this in 20, 30, 40 years, so maybe this will bring back something. So in front of us is the reservoir, and that's how we got to middle school from our neighborhood, because it was a mile, and it was, who knows how far it was. It was a long walk from our neighborhood here to get to Washington Avenue. So we used to cut a hole in this fence right there, in the reservoir fence, and cut through the reservoir. It cut our walk to school in half, but it was dangerous in there. That is the Newark Reservoir. And, you know, they used to say, here comes the guy, the security guard with the salt, the salt shotgun, the shotgun pellets with salt. And then, you know, everybody would say, hey, there's the guy with the gun. And we used to run. Because who wants to get shot with a salt pellet? But it was bullshit. There was nobody in there with a gun. Alright, it's Perry and Dawson. And this is where the butcher was, like I just said, on the right. And where you see More Fresh in front of you, that was our local candy store. That was our corner right there. That was the stoop we hung out on. 165 Garden. There was a mailbox there. And this was it. This was our neighborhood right here. We hung out from here. This whole block, there's the Purdue house. You might see this. We hung out on this whole block here all the way down to the rec house. Like I said, that's the rec house right there on the right. I'm gonna go back down on Springer and come out Baldwin to Joralemon again. And that's basically the rec house neighborhood. As you can see, like I said, very tight community. There were 100 kids outside when we were young. I mean, this neighborhood was full of kids. Now it's quiet, but still very, very densely populated. Then we come out here to Drolleman and Joey's Pizzeria. On the left, the building is for sale. I'll go in that block right there and then come back out the back. Because gotta watch the motorcycles. Always gotta watch motorcycles, guys. Loud pipes are very important, okay? Alright, so as you can see, that's Joey's Pizzeria right in front of you. But you know what? First I'm gonna show you the Golf Learning Center right here. Before I leave the Rec House neighborhood, I want to show you what they built here. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is on Drolleman. Essex County Golf Learning Center. Really, really nice. And it backs up to Hendricks Field. I got to check into it because I'm thinking about learning. I don't think it's for youth. I think it's for everybody, but they did a beautiful job. Let me do a quick turn around so you can see it. Things are happening here. Essex County Golf Learning Center. There's the whole building right there. Check it out. And it really backs up beautifully to Hendricks Field. Alright, so we're going to go out. Wanted to show you that. That's Hendricks Field. That's all redone. It's a county golf course. They did a lot of work in there. Apartments in front of you. Again, very, very tight. No matter what you do over here, it's very, very tight. You got to be careful. You got to watch when you're coming out into a street. Joey's Pizza right there. We'll go down Yale, and then we'll come back around out there by the Rec House, and that'll be it for this neighborhood. How much? That was 12 minutes in that neighborhood. It's tight. It's dense, so that's why. A lot of streets in and out. We'll go to the end of Yale. It's a dead end, and then we'll make a U-turn. It's like a little cul-de-sac over here. Look how tight this is. Alright. So when we went to high school, we used to cut right through here. This fence we used to cut a hole in, coming from my neighborhood. We always tried to find shortcuts. We would cut the fence, and then the city would fix it. Cut the fence, the city would come and fix it. You can never win. We found a way. So, we would cut it at, after hours. We wouldn't cut it on our way to school, obviously. We would cut it after hours. And then in the next morning, we can do it. They didn't really want to pick us up. They didn't want to bother us, but that's where we're at. Back out by the Rec House.